Alan Lee Phillips was once rescued during a snowstorm from Guanella Pass. Now, in a strange turn of events, he is now facing charges in 2 Colorado cold cases on that very same night. Our 9 Wants to Know investigators have been diving into this true crime story. Matt Jablow joins us now. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, Corey.
This is such a crazy story. So investigators believe that Phillips was rescued in this crazy snowstorm just hours after he dumped the bodies of these 2 women.
That's right. And it's first very important to point out, as you have, that these are just accusations at this point. He's not been tried. His preliminary hearing is now scheduled for September 13th, and he's just charged at this point with murder and kidnapping. But yes, on January 6th, 1982, 2 young women, Annette Schnee and Barbara Oberholtzer, disappeared from Breckenridge. They were apparently hitchhiking on their way home. They both disappeared that day. Their bodies were found one day and 6 months later, and their personal belongings scattered all over the place. What we do know also is that a few hours after they disappeared, Alan Phillips was rescued from the top of Guanella Pass. But this was not just your typical rescue, if there is such a thing. He got stranded at the top of Guanella Pass, basically in the middle of a blizzard. He stuck his pickup truck. He high-centered his pickup truck at the top of Guanella Pass. It was 22 below zero, and he was very much in danger of freezing to death. So in a last-ditch attempt to save his life, he flashed an SOS signal with his headlights. And it just so happened that his car was pointed up, was on an incline at the time. And at that exact moment, a plane, a United flight heading from Denver to California, passed Guanella Pass. And on that plane was the Jefferson County Sheriff, who saw the SOS, happened to recognize it as an SOS. He told the flight crew, they radioed down, and a rescue was launched. And about 20 minutes later, Alan Phillips was rescued. The rescuer, who we interviewed recently, had no idea that Phillips may have been responsible for the disappearance of those 2 women just earlier that day. And it wasn't found out that these events were connected until 39 years later, when Phillips was arrested back in February.
Oh, that gives me chills. I mean, yeah, he got so lucky to be rescued that night. Did he know these 2 women? Did the women know each other? Was there any connection?
Apparently not. He did not. Investigators tell me that he did not know the victims, and the victims apparently did not know each other. One was 22 years old. One was 29 years old. They were both working at Breckenridge at the time and hitchhiking to their separate homes. So it does not appear that there was any connection between the victims or from the victims to Phillips. It should also be pointed out that the affidavit in the case is still sealed, and neither investigators nor prosecutors are really talking all that much. So we hope to know, and we should know a lot more about the case in a few months when the affidavit is sealed and when the preliminary hearing is held. I am told that there is a lot more about the story that should fascinate our viewers.
Do we know, maybe we don't know because it's sealed, but do we know of a motive? Was this a robbery? Was this an assault? Do we know anything about that?
So far, at this point, he's been charged with kidnapping, murder, and assault. There was DNA found at least one of the crime scenes. That's how the case was solved ultimately. But we don't know exactly what sample of DNA they recovered, apparently, from Phillips. Obviously, if we knew exactly what kind of DNA sample they got from him, we'd have a better idea of motive. But at this point, we just don't know.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question, is how they caught up with Phillips all these years later. And DNA, you were just saying. Have we talked to the victims' families at all?
We have reached out, and we have not heard so far. At the time of Phillips's arrest back in February, we were told by the Park County Sheriff's Department, which led the investigation, that the families were simply too upset by the arrest, pleased by the arrest in one way, but upset by the arrest because it conjured all these old, powerful, disturbing feelings. So they were too disturbed and too upset at the time to talk to us, but we have reached out again, and we're hoping to talk to them sometime in the near future.
Yeah, all these years later, all of it coming back up to the surface. It sounds like we'll know a lot more if and when the affidavit is unsealed, but just a crazy twist in this story for sure. Matt, really appreciate you joining us this morning.
Thanks, Corey. Thanks for having me.